Okay, so our second point here says you need to determine exactly how much each topic contributes to your final mark. Now, the big idea behind what I'm mentioning here is that, for example, you know that this is 150 for paper 1 and this is another 150 for paper 2. Now, each of these 150s, they each contribute 50% to your entire mark. Now, the big idea here is in this column, we're going to put the contribution to entire mark. And then here we're going to say contribution to single paper. Okay, so simply put, we already know that in this column here, 150, this is like 100% of the entire paper, right? And then 25 out of 150 as a percentage, we can basically put that as 16.5%. Another 25, roughly 16.5%. This is an estimate, you see. So the rest, let's just put in how much percentage those are going to be. There we go, you see. So this is giving you the idea that with things like your algebra and your equations, right? This is like paper 1 stuff, or like question 1, you see. This is roughly just going to be about 16.5% of your single paper, right? Of your paper 1. This here is going to be 16.5, yada, 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 yada. Now, the big idea here is each of these, this is how much they contribute to like a single paper. But then them contributing to your entire mark, remember, it's just all this divided by 2. So literally, what I mean is something like probability is going to contribute 5% to your entire mark. So this is giving you the idea that, okay, probability is not something you want to spend too much time on, but you want to spend enough time on it, you see. So the others, you also just basically just divide by 2. Here is an approximation, right? This value divided by 2 here, this is roughly just going to be about, 8%, something like that. There we go. And then here, 10%, this is clearly telling you that with your finance, growth and decay stuff, that's roughly 5% of your entire mark. So this is giving you the idea that financial math is really not a huge portion to your final mark. The others, when you look at something like, functions and graphs and differential calculus, this is approximately 12%. You see, these are merely approximations. You see, but these approximations give you an idea of how much time actually needs to be spent on something. So this is giving you the idea that here there are basically 4 main things that you basically want to focus on. 4 main things that you somewhat want to really have a good idea of what's going on. And those 4 main things are your question 1 questions, your sequences and series. Here you can clearly see your functions and graphs and your differential calculus. Now obviously you already know there's a sequence and series course, there's a functions and graphs course that's together with the differential calculus course, and if there isn't a question 1 course yet, there will be one, but by the time you're watching this there probably is one. There's a course for all these, you see. So you can clearly see here, these are the 4 things that you mainly want to focus on if you're going to aim for like a really good mark. I'm not saying you should neglect probability and neglect finance and growth and decay. What I'm basically trying to give you the idea of here is, don't find yourself spending too much time on things like probability, trying to figure it out, and things like finance and growth, trying to figure it out and stuff like that, because if it's just not happening for you, it's best to just know the basics here and be able to answer the basic kind of questions, and then you can focus more of your time on things like functions and graphs and your differential calculus. Now what we have done here, what I recommend is you do the same for paper 2. Literally just work out the percentages, right, of each of these, and then obviously you're just going to divide those by 2, and then you're going to be able to see exactly how much each of those contribute to your final mark. So let me just quickly do it for paper 2 here. Clearly paper 2 is, it's a bit of a no-brainer to say that most topics in paper 2 are somewhat important. However, if we do what we did here, you see, if you divide all these by 2 as an approximation, this will roughly be like 16%, which is quite a lot. You see, it's more than any of these topics. you see, individually. Trigonometry, that's approximately 14% if you divide by 2. Here, also approximately 14%. And then here, this is approximately just about 6%, you see. And these are just approximations. So if you think of it, paper 2 is, you know, a big deal when it comes to you getting a good mark for math, because the idea is with paper 2, you generally don't need to worry about too many topics, because these are just, you know, these are focused, you know, in the sense that clearly for paper 2, your focus should be on these 3. The good news is the stats in your grade 12 exam, it's okay. It's quite simple. It's something that you're easily going to be able to go through. So here, you see, if you're going to be aiming for a specific mark, you need to know exactly how much each topic contributes to your final mark. So again, if you're aiming for like a 70, you need to act as though you're gunning for 80. And then what you need to do is you need to know that, okay, fine, these are my major topics. These 3 here, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You see, these 7 topics that I've just ticked here, you can safely say that these are like what are going to, you know, make a difference for you in terms of how much work that you're going to put in. So in terms of me using 70% or 80% as like a reference point, you want to think to yourself, if you're going to aim for 80, you practically need 80% of this, 80% of that, 80% of this, going on and 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 on, you see, because all those will accumulate and add up to a final mark of you getting roughly 80% for an exam, or roughly around 70. Because remember, we said know exactly what you're aiming for, then add 10% of it, because you need to act as though you're aiming for 80, even though you know deep down you maybe just want a 70. You need to gun for this 80, because funny enough, I mean, in best case scenarios, you will actually end up with that 80 at the end of the day. So if you're aiming for 60, aim for 70 instead. If you're aiming for 50, aim for 60 instead. Trust me, this is what you need to do, because your brain kind of works that way, and your marks basically kind of fall within 10% of whatever it is that you aim for. So always add 10% to whatever it is that you're willing to get. So that being said, we need to move on to our next point here, which is how much time you need to spend on a topic.